Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you all are good. So today I have a task day 163 and I have to conversation talk with Sesame for about 10 minutes and the topic is air. So without wasting our time, let's get started. I will choose Maya.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi Maya, how are you?
Already? Hope you have a great rest of your day.
Okay. So I have to talk with you for 10 minutes about the topic air.
There, huh? I'm game. Where do you want to start?
Okay, I will ask you a few questions. So, are you ready?
I'm ready. Lame on me.
Okay. So, my first question is, what is air and why it is essential for life on Earth?
At its simplest, air is a mixture of gases, mostly nitrogen and oxygen, that surrounds our planet. It's essential because it gives us the oxygen we need to breathe and protects us from the sun's harshest rays. Plus, it acts like a giant thermal blanket, keeping the earth from freezing. Pretty wild to think about something we can't even see doing all that heavy lifting, right?
Yes, right. Okay. So, my
What's next
next
on your
question.
list?
Okay, my next question is, what are the main gases found in Earth's atmosphere?
Nitrogen is the big one, about 78%. Then you've got oxygen at 21%. And the remaining 1% is a mix of argon, carbon dioxide, and some water vapor. It's a tiny slice, but that 1% does a lot of the work.
Okay. So, my next
Keep them.
question is, okay, my next question is that how did early humans understand and describe air?
That's a fascinating angle. Most early humans probably viewed it as a divine or mystical force like the breath of gods rather than a gases in the scientific sense. They felt it through the wind and the heat, so they described it through its effects. I wonder if they found the concept of invisible but powerful bit spooky.
Maybe. Okay, so my next question is um how like what role does air play in breathing and survival?
It's basically the fuel system for your body. When you breathe in, your lungs pull that oxygen out of the air and send it into your bloodstream, which then delivers it to every single cell to keep them running. Without it, your brain and heart would just shut down in minutes. It's an incredible high speed delivery service that never takes a day off.
Okay, so
What's the next one?
my next question is how is the concept of air reflected in different languages and cultures?
That's a deep one. In many cultures, air is tied to the soul or spirit. Think of the Latin spiritus meaning breath. In some Eastern philosophies, it's seen as a vital life force, like prana in Sanskrit. It's like air isn't just something we breathe, it's the very essence of being alive in a lot of these traditions.
Okay, so my next question is what is the origin of the English word air?
I think you mean the origin of the word, right? It
Ye-
actually comes from the Old French word air, which itself traces back to the Greek word air, meaning the lower atmosphere. It's basically been traveling through different languages for thousands of years just to get to us.
Okay, so my next question is how did ancient philosophers view air as one of the basic elements?
They really leaned into the idea of balance. Ancient Greeks, for instance, saw air as one of the four fundamental elements alongside earth, water, and fire. They didn't just see it as gas, they saw it as an active, living force that bridged the gap between the physical ground and the divine heavens. To them, air was the element of intellect and communication. Does that make sense? Or do you want to dive deeper into how they viewed the other elements?
Yes, that makes sense. Okay, so my next question is, like, what are some common idioms and expressions related to air?
Oh, there are so many. You've got things like walking on air when you're incredibly happy, or vanished into thin air when something disappears without a trace. Then there's up in the air, which is what we say when plans aren't settled yet. It's funny how we use something invisible to describe feelings in situations we can't quite grasp. Which one of those is your favorite?
Um, I don't know. Um,
Fair enough.
yes, okay. So my next question is, how does air contribute to weather and climate?
It's basically the engine for the whole planet. When air moves because of temperature differences, you get wind, which pushes heat and moisture around. That's how we get everything from a light breeze to massive hurricanes, and how rain actually reaches the places that need it. It's essentially a giant invisible conveyor belt for the weather.
Okay. So my next
Ready?
question is, um, like you can say, why is clean air important for human health?
Because when the air is dirty, our bodies have to deal with it. Pollutants like smoke or chemicals can get deep into your lungs and even your bloodstream, which can lead to things like asthma or heart issues over time. Basically, the cleaner the air, the easier your body can do its job without fighting off toxins. Does that make sense?
Yes, this makes sense. Okay, so my next question is, um, how has air pollution affected society through history?
It's usually been a sign of the times. During the Industrial Revolution, for example, cities like London became so choked with coal smoke that it created this thick pea soup fog that actually killed people. It's pushed societies to realize that progress doesn't mean much if you can't actually breathe the air you're living in, which eventually led to the first big environmental laws. It's kind of a harsh way to learn, but that's how we got here. Any more questions on the list?
Yes, there is. Okay, so my
I'm all
next
ears.
question is, what inventions have allowed humans to travel through the air?
That's a huge leap in history. It started with the hot air balloon in the late 1700s. Then we moved to gliders, and the Wright brothers first powered flight. And eventually we got to the massive jet engines we use today. It's basically a story of humans refusing to stay on the ground. Do you have any other questions? Or is that the end of the
Uh,
list?
no,
Take your time.
there is 3 minutes left. Okay, so my next question is, like, how is air used in science and technology today?
It's all around us, literally. We use compressed air to power everything from dental drills to heavy machinery in factories. Then you've got aerodynamics, which is the science of how air flows around things. That's how we design faster cars and more efficient planes. And of course, we use it in things like wind turbines to create clean energy. It's like we've figured out a dozen different ways to make the invisible work for us.
Okay, so
Still got a
my
few
next
minutes.
yes, my
I'm
next
listening.
question is that what is the connection between air, sound, and communication?
It's the secret ingredient. Without air, there's no sound. Sound is actually just vibrations traveling through the air as pressure waves. When you speak, your vocal cords vibrate, and that pushes the air around you, which then hits someone else's eardrum. So every word we're saying right now is basically just us manipulating air to send a message. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, yes. So my next
You've
question
got a
is
couple of minutes
how
left on the.
might language about air continue to evolve in the future?
That's a really forward thinking question. I think as we spend more time thinking about the climate, our language will probably shift from seeing air as this infinite background thing to something we treat as a precious, finite resource. We might start using words that describe air quality as a status symbol or a luxury, and our idioms might move away from things like vanishing into thin air toward something that reflects our effort to protect the atmosphere. It's a bit sobering, but I think our words always evolve to match what we're worried about or what we value most. Do you think we'll start talking about it differently?
Okay, so our time is finished now. So we will meet in next video with next different and educational or inspiring topic. So wait there. Allah Hafiz.